In what could only be described as one of the boldest moves of the NFL offseason, the Dallas Cowboys have once again stunned the football world. Multiple reports have now confirmed that not only have the Cowboys closed a deal to bring in edge rusher Odafe Oweh from the Baltimore Ravens, but they have also finalized an unexpected contract agreement that solidifies their commitment to defense. And if that wasn't enough to shake up headlines around the league, insider sources are now confirming that veteran safety Justin Simmons, long admired for his football IQ and game-changing abilities, is also heading to Dallas. The biggest trading moment in the NFL this offseason just became a reality, and the Cowboys may have just turned themselves into legitimate Super Bowl contenders in the process. This news broke in rapid-fire fashion, sending a shockwave through not only Cowboys Nation, but the entire NFL community. Fans were barely catching their breath from last week's draft strategies and rookie signings before the Cowboys pulled off one of the most aggressive and surprising maneuvers in recent franchise history. Reports first began to trickle in late last night when NFL Network insiders suggested the Cowboys were in serious discussions with the Baltimore Ravens. That was quickly followed by confirmation early this morning that a deal had been finalized, and that Odafe Oweh, a former first-round pick with untapped potential, was on his way to Arlington. For those who have followed Oweh's career since his days at Penn State, this is a move filled with promise. A freak athlete with speed, explosiveness, and relentless motor, Oweh has flashed elite upside throughout his tenure with the Ravens. While his sack totals have yet to reach double digits in a single season, anyone watching the film knows that this is a player who disrupts offenses on nearly every snap. What he needed was consistency, better utilization in a scheme that fit his style, and a defensive coordinator who knew how to unleash him fully. Dallas may be the perfect landing spot for him to do exactly that. Defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, brought in to toughen up the Cowboys' defense, has been vocal about his desire to bring speed and aggression back to the edge of the line. With Micah Parsons already serving as a generational talent at linebacker and edge, the addition of Odafe Oweh adds another dimension to the Cowboys' pass rush. Imagine a lineup where offenses have to pick their poison double-team Micah and you leave Oweh one-on-one or vice versa. It's a defensive nightmare for opposing quarterbacks and a dream scenario for Zimmer and head coach Mike McCarthy. But what turned a huge acquisition into an absolute league-shaking move was what happened just moments after the Oweh deal was confirmed. Sources broke the news that the Cowboys were not done yet. They had secured a secondary blockbuster this time, agreeing to terms with former Denver Broncos safety Justin Simmons. A four-time All-Pro and one of the smartest safeties in football, Simmons brings leadership, coverage skills, and playmaking ability that Dallas had been lacking at the back end of their defense. This signing is especially significant when considering the issues that plagued the Cowboys' secondary last season. While Trayvon Diggs' injury and Darren Bland's emergence defined part of the narrative, it was the inconsistent safety play that repeatedly left the defense vulnerable to big plays. Simmons immediately changes that. His instincts, ability to read quarterbacks, and knack for being in the right place at the right time all align perfectly with what Dallas has been building. And the timing could not be more perfect. League insiders say the Cowboys' front office, led by Jerry Jones and Will McClay, has been quietly orchestrating this masterstroke for weeks. Oweh's availability became apparent after Baltimore's front office prioritized cap flexibility and needed to rework their own defensive line. Simmons, who became a surprise free agent after the Broncos chose not to re-sign him, had interest from several contenders including the Eagles, Dolphins, and Steelers, but ultimately chose Dallas for a mix of financial security and the opportunity to contend for a championship. While terms of the deals are still being finalized, sources report that Oweh's new contract includes a fifth-year extension worth roughly $42 million, with significant incentives based on sacks and forced turnovers. Simmons, meanwhile, has signed a 3-year deal worth $36 million, with $22 million guaranteed, a number that reflects Dallas's belief in his impact both on and off the field. The reaction from Cowboys fans has been nothing short of ecstatic. Social media has erupted with excitement, with hashtags like Odafe Oweh and Simmons signed trending nationwide. Fans have been flooding T&T Stadium's ticket lines and online merchandise stores in anticipation of seeing these two stars don the iconic silver and blue. Jerseys are already in production, interviews are being scheduled, and the Cowboys' 2025 roster has suddenly taken on a new and electrifying shape. But perhaps even more important than the excitement is the message these moves send to the rest of the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys are not here to rebuild. They are not here to wait for another next year. They are here to win, and they are willing to make aggressive, high-risk, high-reward moves to achieve that goal. These acquisitions are not band-aids. They are bold statements about the franchise's direction. Micah Parsons himself reacted in real time to the news on a live stream with fans. With a huge grin on his face, he simply said, "Let's go eat." That sentiment was echoed by Dak Prescott, who reposted the trade news with the caption, "Championship mindset. Let's work." Even long-time Cowboy and future Hall of Famer Zach Martin chimed in with a simple fire emoji. The locker room is bought in. The leadership is focused. And the team, as currently constructed, may be the most balanced Dallas roster in over a decade. Of course, there will be challenges. Integrating two new defensive stars into a system takes time. Chemistry has to develop. Playbooks need to be absorbed. And expectations are sky high. But if there's one thing this current Cowboys squad has shown, it's that they thrive under pressure. This is not a team shying away from big moments. It's a team hungry for them. There are also questions about how these moves affect the rest of the Cowboys' depth chart. With Oweh and Simmons now joining the defense, how does that shift the roles of current players like DeMarcus Lawrence, Malik Hooker, or Jaron Kearse? Does it allow Dallas to rotate fresher legs more often? Will it inspire younger players like Sam Williams to elevate their game? All signs point to a stronger, deeper, more dangerous unit capable of adapting and dominating. Around the league, the reaction has been mixed. Some analysts are hailing the Cowboys as immediate Super Bowl contenders, especially in a weakened NFC where the Eagles are facing roster turnover and the 49ers are battling cap constraints. Others caution that star power doesn't always translate into postseason success. But even the skeptics agree Dallas has made its move. The rest of the NFL now has to respond. As training camp looms and minicamps begin, all eyes will be on Dallas to see how quickly Oweh and Simmons can acclimate. Will Oweh's pass rushing prowess finally explode in a system that allows him to be free and aggressive? Will Simmons bring the veteran savvy and calm leadership to a young and explosive secondary? And perhaps most importantly, will this be the year that all the pieces finally click and the Cowboys return to the pinnacle of the NFL? Only time will tell, but one thing is undeniable. With Odafe Oweh and Justin Simmons now wearing the star, the Dallas Cowboys are sending a clear message to their fans, their rivals, and the entire football world. They are all in. They are locked in. And they are absolutely not playing it safe. This may very well go down as one of the most defining offseasons in recent Cowboys history. From high-stakes trades to unexpected contracts, Dallas is leaving no stone unturned in its quest for greatness. And now, with their defense supercharged and their offense ready to explode, it might just be the perfect storm